Well, Gotti had the head busters, and Starlito, they was all connected with Cash Money at that time, and Rebel was the manager.
Right.
And I never forget, because when we was down there, Gotti even heard our music, but he wasn't even established at that time.
Right.
Like where he is now.
Yeah, nah, he wasn't where he is, man.
Back.
Hey, what it do, man? It's your dog KD's, man. We back with another episode of 615 Rap Game. I got my boy WaunStar. What it do, baby?
What it do, baby? What's
man? This is a special guest, y'all. This guy here, he been pushing for over 20 years. He runs several businesses. He been representing the culture of the music in Nashville properly, and he's a Tennessee baby. And we finna get into it, and you know, we're gonna welcome along, man. Shout out to my guy WaunStar, man. What it do?
Man, what it do, Deezy? Shout out to you, and shout out to the main man on 615 for, you know, especially on this solo return, coming in to finish a finale on this interview.
Yeah.
And you know, that's special to me, you know, so shout out to y'all also.
Yeah, shout out to my guy putting it together, man.
So come on, rap with me, baby. Talk to me.
Man, look, how you feeling on your birthday, man?
Man, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, it's been great.
But man, feeling good on that. It's his birthday.
It's been real. It's been real good. You know, this has been a different type of year for me. Not only with the music, but you know, with the different businesses. People know, you know, if y'all don't know, I do have our Virgo channel. I done switched around for more positive growth and inspiration towards other people. But just not only that, you know, I'm still in the game, and I've been there. It's just I was more of the shadow or the behind the scenes type. But when you start seeing me come out a little bit, they were like, man, who was that? But you know, I've been around for a minute, baby. You know, I've been around since, you know, Camp12, and you know,
and that's what I wanted to get into. Starting off with you, man. Like talking about the Camp12 days and coming from where you reside. Let the people know where you coming from.
Well, if y'all really want to know, look, my name WaunStar, but back in the day they used to call me Lil Juan, aka Man of Many Styles, you know. And shout out to everybody who rock with Camp12, because if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be who I was today. Now look, more about me, I am a little country boy, so you know, even before I resided on 12th and Buchanan when I first came in 00. But even when I came in around that time, most people, man, you couldn't even leave your house like getting on the block like that. Like man, when I first came over there, man, I was there 2000, but you know, I really didn't kick with y'all about 2001 observing. So you know, I was sitting there seeing everybody make money, and everybody know if you're a real cash billion. Everybody know when you heard about 12th and Buchanan, that was one of the most ruthless, vicious streets.
They know about it. They know about it.
And you know the thing about that is I was there. So
how in them times, man, I can recall it being a bit rough, man. How did you deal with, you know, the street life, the rough time, and I mean making it to be here to this day?
Man,
you know,
the B1000, man, it's, you know, and we talk about this all the time as men. We don't talk about politics and we don't talk about religion too much, but we'll probably get a little deeper into that anyway. But it was all God. I ain't gonna lie. When I first came over there, I was just graduating from high school. You know, I was a little hot-head, little knucklehead boy from a little country part of Columbia. Shout out to C-Town Bound. So, you know, and then, you know, when I came up to Nashville, before I even got to the Ville, I went straight to Detroit.
C-Town? What's C-Town?
C-Town, Columbia, Tennessee. So shout out. Yeah, shout out to Willow
Shout out Columbia, man.
So Southside, everybody know they used to call me
Southside of Columbia.
Yeah, Southside. They used to call me the Pope because we ran things. It was just like I was just a little hothead. Like no matter what the mission was, it was two things. I was the size of Chihuahua, but I always had something. You know what I mean? That was just, but that's another topic. But when I got to 12th, when I got to the hood, like it was a whole different country. Boy, don't know shit about the city. When it comes to the city.
Moving from another city to another city, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't think it was a big move because it's still Tennessee, but to me, it would be a big move if I moved from Antioch to Madison.
Yeah. So,
like, how did you take moving from your hometown to another town that you officially call your hometown?
Okay. It was a cool but difficult transition. You know, like, I was one of them people growing up that really didn't have much, and like many people don't even know this. Like when I was in high school growing up, like in high school, like junior and senior year, it was the most roughest time in Columbia because shoot, my mom, like no offense, she don't even like talking about this, so if she ever see this, I already know I'm in trouble. But you know, shout out to you, mom. But my mom was a single mother, you know, my dad wasn't around and raising 2 kids on her own and living in Nashville, commuting back and forth at that time, and it just got to the point, you know, the economy went down for a minute. Right. So when the economy went down, she had to file bankruptcy, so we had to go back, because I was in Nashville.
Yeah. So when your mom moved up here, it was just a family of 3, you, your mom, and your sister?
Yeah, it was just us.
Okay.
So then, you know, like, more about like the past, like I grew up living in a single wide trailer. Like you think about 8 Mile. Yeah. Being 1,000, you think about 8 Mile, I was just the same way except I was in the country. Right. Like living like no lights and no water for when we had to walk. You know, back in them days, you could run course and stuff. So I went through all of that, but I never gave up on my passion. Right. And I remember my mama had a keyboard in there, and just like no lie, she had a keyboard, and I used to peck on that thing. My mama used to play piano. She was very spiritual, religious in the church and Christian atmosphere. So I lived in a spiritual and religious base in Christianity. Yeah. It was just more like I was always commanded to go to church. Right. I was always commanded to be on the usher board. Right. I was always commanded to be this, that, and the other. And this got to the point when it came to music, I just had a thing for music. Right. So I started making beats. I'll never forget, like back in the day.
So were you doing music in Columbia, or did you start when you moved to Nashville?
Nah, I've been making music. What trips everybody out though, when I first started getting into music, I was like a Kanye West. I wasn't even a rapper. Yeah. I was like basically the beat man.
Yeah, you like to produce it.
Man, all about music, like man, because music is.
I heard some of your tracks before too, man. When you first came, I'm like,
man, appreciate it, but like to me, music was more of a. That's like the spiritual soul of a person. Like no matter what you do.
So you use music like for therapy?
Yes. That was one. If that's one way to start off the same. Right. Yeah. So then I tried to make songs, and then when I got in a group with Thugged Out Click, shout out to Big Zo, shout out to POP, and like.
So you was in a group before Camp12?
Yeah.
I never knew that, bro.
Man, I was like I could show y'all some pictures like high school and stuff.
What's the name?
Thugged Out Click.
Thugged Out Click.
TOC.
Shout out to Thugged Out Click, man.
Now, matter of fact, what trips you out? If you go to one of my albums, and it's Remixity, Big Zo. Yeah. That's still one of the original members of Thugged Out Click. It was me, him, and my other brother Pop, but which he's real my cousin. But shout out.
So you work with Big Zo in Columbia?
Yeah.
That's big.
So so what I done, when I came back and started coming back in the scene, and I put everybody together, I said I wanted to do an album, with everybody on there. But Remixity was all about different genres, because I'm always a person of different styles, and it's just for the core of the music. And I was just like, man, I want to bring all my people back. Right. So I gathered everybody who was the foundation and put them all on them tracks, man.
Right. So when you be creating and you getting in your mode of creating, like what mood you get in? How do you set the tone for your creation?
Now, to me, I'm more of a sporadic. I want to say a sporadic artist. Yeah. So I gotta feel it, but if it's a nice beat, because back in the day, many people weren't doing too many making beats. It's time consuming. Right. Like man, I ain't gonna lie, I was on Fruity Loops when Fruity Loops started, and Ableton, and not only that, like I'm naming programs people still use in the professional field today that is still prehistoric and basic, and people don't know.
But people still make beats on Fruity Loops.
I mean, that's still the foundation.
That's crazy.
It's still do it. But now more people be on Logic, Cubase, Trilogy. You got so many different outlets.
You'll be naming them forever.
But see, that's just for some of y'all music heads to let y'all know. I do know what I'm talking about. So, but when it came back to music though, it's just like music my passion, and it took like Big Zo, the one who got me to get to the spot. And then no offense, like when I came up here, I was alone. And then that's when I met y'all, because I heard y'all spitting outside. I used to always be on the porch. I told you on 12, I couldn't leave the yard, but I was one for a full year on that porch just watching everything like I'm going to get out there one day.
I told you, man, when I first ran into him on the music thing, like I had been to meet him in the hood, but I never knew he rapped or nothing. And we was pushing the group Camp12. One of my homeboys come to me and said, man, I heard dude freestyling, man. He hard. Y'all need to put him in the group. And I was like, man, I ain't heard him rap, man. You're right. He was like, watch this. And it was a time we was having a little freestyle session. He brought him over, man, and he spit. And like I say, all of the members of Camp 12 was right there. We used to all hang in the same neighborhood. And when he spit, all of them liked this flow. So that's how he became a part of Camp 12, coming from another city. And it felt good to us that he was from another city and wanted to do music. So when you first linked up with us, man, and we had a ton of experience, like, off the top, give me one rememberable experience that you remember, like, man, this really happened.
Okay. Now, everybody know, if you don't know, excuse me, my best experience, man, when we done a Boosie concert.
Yeah.
And rest in peace to my homie, because
but we actually performed. We actually opened up when we were Camp 12.
This is the second time. This ain't the first one.
Okay. I was say we actually opened up about 3 times.
We done about 3 performances for Boosie, but this is the second one. Yeah. The second one was, if I said, shout out to Ant.
Yeah.
Cause Ant, like many people, like Ant set that show up.
Put that show
and I'll never forget.
R.I.P. Ant.
R.I.P. homie, fly high. You know, hold on.
Yeah, like that was my dog, man. He was just now getting into promoting and bringing artists down here, but he was from my hood and he was trying to get into that lane. And every time he would put a play together, he would put Camp 12 on the play, and that's how we got the experience, like meeting with A+ artists and stuff.
Yeah,
tell us about it. What you remember about the Boosie concert? What you remember about the Boosie concert? I will tell you something I remember. You tell me something.
Okay, now the thing about the Boosie thing, what I love the most, cause I'll never forget, man. Like, it's a sold out, packed out night.
Right.
Everybody was trying to like
what
get
club
in.
Was it again?
Man, you know
Club
what?
Flame.
It was
Club Flame.
Cause it was right on the corner. It was on the corner. Yep. It was weird, but it was on that corner.
That's out south, ain't it? Club Flame.
Now it's considered the Gulch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in that area. Remember, they done tore that down.
I remember that.
But
I remember that.
I never forget, we were about to perform, and you know, we were very known for I Don't Like You. Out of all songs, you know, you had I Don't Like You with Camp 12, then you had Killer Pooh with the Cashville anthem.
Yeah,
he started naming all the sets. So
it ain't a street he didn't name on that song.
One street he did not name.
He was the first artist to do that. Rest in peace, Killer Pooh. Killer Pooh was the first artist to name every street in Nashville on a song. And then, you know, a lot of artists start following up with their versions of it.
Man,
but he used to perform that song when we was Camp 12, bro.
I know.
Man.
But that's what.
When I say, man, he used to. Boy, we used to tear some shit up, man.
Man, but like, only thing I remember what I loved the most, right before we got.
What you didn't tell me what you remembered about the Boosie concert.
I'm telling you, I'm getting back into it.
I'm trying to see what you remember.
I'm getting back into
tell you what I remember.
Okay, here we go. What I love the most, cause I ain't gonna lie, everybody know I was one of the I was the quiet one, but I was the wild one at the group, but still the protector of the group at the same time. Now, what I liked about, I remember Ant said, "Hey, nobody ain't motherfucking performing but Camp 12. When I heard that, and we like, we ain't even, we known, but we didn't think we was known that big.
We were pushing the main line, bro. But you gotta think, man, at that time, man, we had already done bust a few moves.
Yeah, we done opened up for, I can remember it. We opened up for Juvenile, we opened up for Buck, we opened up for CrimeMob. We'll talk about that
Pablo.
later.
We can go for days.
Like, we can go, but this one right here,
Gucci Man, Player Fly. We met all these people personally.
But when we done, I Don't Like You, and it was my turn.
Yeah.
I remember. I don't know how I done it. There was some good jiggers back in the day. I was on top of the doggone speaker, way up high, doing my verse. And
at Boost Reverb.
Nah, this wasn't Boost. This was at Flame.
At Flame. This still the Boosie concert.
Yeah, this still the Boosie concert. Yeah. And Boosie was looking like, them young guys had it. Like, you know how Boosie get that look. Yeah. So it was like that. Yeah. Man, everybody in there, I don't like you. I don't like you. Man, that was like the best experience.
It just felt good to hear the crowd, like, we performed this song for about a year. No mixtape dropped or nothing, but we performed this song for about a year. And like that following year, leading up to this show, the people had learned the words of the show.
Yeah.
And I mean of the song. And that was big to me to see them chant the song, man. I'm gonna get that song and I'm gonna drop that song.
But see, you gotta remember too, you gotta remember back in that time, it ain't like how social media is today.
I'm gonna tell you what I remember about the Boosie concert.
Go ahead, what?
Right about 10 minutes before we finna go on, same mama come in now. and come to me. Hey man, keep mama outside, man. She going off. I said, going out for what? Cause she already know he rapped with me and stuff. She knew he was in the group and stuff. You know what I mean? But evidently, he wasn't supposed to be. He wasn't supposed to be at the concert.
Hold on. Let's keep it 1,000 though. We had 3 of them like that though.
Yeah, but this particular night, Mama didn't play this particular night.
Okay.
I know we probably about 22, 23. They was maybe
16.
15, 16.
15, 16.
Man, when I say his mama standing out there going off, and I peep up and I see her at the door, I look at Saint, I say, oh, your mama outside. He was like, man, yeah, right. She got to trying to come in the door. He just walked on towards her. By the time he got close to her, she snatched him by his dress. I told you weren't supposed to have your ass in here. And she marched my nigga up out of there, man. But it's crazy, man. Rest in peace, Saint.
Man, shout out to Saint, man. That was
Keith
my
Bell, man. Longest drive ever king.
Man, shout out, man.
But that's what I remember about one of the Boosie concerts, man. Cause the next day he was sick. That the fact we come back and telling him the stories on how that night went, and he really like missed the peak of it. You know what I mean? But that's what I remember about that. So getting into, you met Boosie. I remember we all met him. We took pictures and stuff with him. Tell me something else about Camp 12, man.
Sure.
Tell me some more experiences with Camp 12.
Man, okay.
You gotta bring it to the light, cause people, you got a few people that remember WaunStar from Camp 12, and you got a few people that don't. They like, who is this WaunStar cat? You know what I mean?
Now, if y'all ever remember the song "I Don't Like You," that was me, the one who was the tongue twister of them all.
Yeah.
And I don't like them. I call them how I see them. I'm doing that like them white. I don't like the way they live.
Yeah.
And then nigga breaking the pain and doing everything, trying to maintain
Man,
block.
Yeah,
I still remember. I still remember.
Man, that's what?
About 15, 16.
Man.
Like, man, I still remember
that nigga
part
crazy,
of that part.
Man.
But that was just like, I remember that, and everybody used to love somebody because like people rap like that, many people didn't rap like that. Like my favorite artist of all time was Twister.
Yeah. And
you know, shout out to Twister if you ever see this. Like, man, I was more inspired to see how people use the rhythmic patterns and the deliveries of how they speech and the way how he done it. It was so different. It was more like a hyper energetic level, man.
Right.
So when it came to that, it's like, I want that. And then again, Big Zo, he was one of the other ones I seen like rap like Twisted that threw me up. Like, you see a big guy like Jelly Roll size and man, that amazed me.
Yeah.
So again, when I was making beats and I started learning, and I was like, dude, I want to start doing my own music, and I want to do it this way and that way. So then when it came to y'all and it Camp 12, that's when I started really. I didn't master my craft. I was starting to be more beyond of apprentice of that craft at that time. So that's why I'm always love the different formalities of music, because to me, I feel like even though
you was on what I would consider, I know 4 of our classics that's memorable. If you go in our neighborhood, they know this song by heart. The generation now know these songs.
Yeah.
So that's classic to me. He was on 4 of these songs. The I Don't Like You, the My Dog.
Oh,
my dog, man, he ride or die.
He was with me to the end of the pot.
It's a few of them, man.
Now see,
it's a few of them.
My dog almost got us signed though.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that with Fate and them when starting them. That was the second time.
Yeah.
Cause you remember when we went down there with DJ Dev, because you know me and DJ Dev was real close because DJ Dev knew I liked the engineer.
This was after we done the music.
Yeah, this was after. So so after we done that single.
Yeah.
Cause that's one of the big classes too. So after you done the single, with Lito at that time, and then we were just buzzing up and blowing up and stuff like that, I wanted to know, I was one of the smart ones. I wanted to understand what the hell we spending our money on.
Right.
Why? Cause man, we all like, I ain't gonna lie, we gotta switch it a little bit back. And that time we was all alone. Yeah. Like all of us had money, you know.
Yeah. We was the label. We didn't have no management. We didn't have no. We was our management. We was our label. We was the financial overseers. We was everything of it, and we was still learning. So a lot of opportunities we missed, like talking about, like we sitting in the house with YOGOTTI, bro.
Yeah, I remember that. I was there.
Our engineer, our producer at the time, is networking, selling this man beats.
Yeah, because that's what you got to remember. That's at the time I think, if I say it correctly, let me say the music thing correctly, and this is how you will know. This is at the time where Gotti had the Headbusters and Starlito. They was all connected with Cash Money at that time, and Pepper was the manager. Right. And I never forget, because when we was down there, Gotti even heard our music, but he wasn't even established at that time. Right. Like where he is now.
Yeah, he wasn't where he is, man.
Back. Yeah. So, but when
he had just got the deal.
Yeah,
he had just got the deal. So he was still shopping with producers and stuff.
But when it was all of that, he sat down. I'll never forget. I'll tell you about that day. I'll never forget.
That's what I'm saying. What was the road trip like, man?
We rode all the way down there, man. I ain't gonna lie, these. We rode you, and I'm gonna say I can't.
No. Who took us down there?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I can't say a name of somebody.
You can say a name.
Man, Connect took us down there.
Oh my God. Shout out to my baby mama.
Man, she took us down there.
My baby mama Connect took us
down there. She took us down there for that. Now I ain't gonna lie, when we got down there, we were so mad because we was on appointment.
Right.
We thinking we finna come up in here just like, yeah, man, we were there, man. You gonna hear our music and you gonna hear these instrumentals. Yeah, I mean, purchase what you want, then we out the door. Nah,
that was a real meeting.
Nah.
Really, I'm gonna be honest, my first time experiencing it on this level. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, we young, so we thinking it's like the board, and you know how we think like he finna be directly. But it was more like, man, I'll never forget, we had to wait 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because he was turning around betting on, what was it, NBA 2K? That when it first came out.
Yeah.
2K first came out then.
Yeah.
So it was 2K, and they were betting $1,000 a game.
I'm talking about, and they played by 4 of them, 5 of them back to back.
We waited 2 hours
before we even went upstairs.
It was
to the
double
studio.
to nothing. Remember, if it was 20 points up, you had to pay double that. So we had to wait. Remember, he was betting with his people with the Headbusters.
Yeah.
Man, dude was mad for a second, but then again, he was like, man, all right. So after all of that, that was a major experience too. But my favorite one of all, shout out to Gotti and shout out to the
shout out YOGOTTI, man. Shout out to
man, my favorite one was CrimeMob. I'm not gonna lie.
CrimeMob.
And Boosterberg. And we got one more. I have 4 major ones. Now with CrimeMob, I'll never forget, because this is like, let me tell you how slow I was, because again, I was in music, like we just perform, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Everybody like it. Everybody know I'm the introvert of the group. So while they out there mingling, I'm the one who drifted off so I can watch everything.
Hold on, so you saying while you out drifting off, looking, I'm saying we were CrimeMob. We finna open up the show for them, right?
I didn't even know who they was at the time.
I remember them just not getting their deal.
Hold on, here goes the story. So after we done it, I'll never forget, because Booster Bird had 3 floors. Yeah. So I went to the second one in the back, and they said, hey man, we heard your performance, man. Hey, y'all cold, man, y'all good, woo to woo. And I was just like, okay, thank you. I'm slow. I don't know who the never met them.
Yeah.
Don't even know their face. I just know we just here for CrimeMob. I'm like, okay, we with the group.
Yeah.
So,
but you knew the song.
Yeah, but here we go the whole time. They're like, man, I performing, man. I was like, thank you. I was like, who is y'all? They're like, CrimeMob. Like they said it together. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So,
now they expected you to know.
I didn't know. But here go the funny thing about it. Hey y'all, the funniest part about this whole thing was after I talked to him, me and KC. Or it was Casey. It's not Hossie. It was Casey. KC turned around and gave me his number. He was like, man, get at me.
Yeah.
Link up with me.
Yeah.
Link up with us. Next day, you know, I went to sleep the next night and looked at BET 106 in Park, and this is when the premiere Knuck of You Buck came out, and I said, I be damn, because I just heard them do it. Really didn't know, but when you seen the video, like, you talked to them.
See, I had been hearing it on one-on-one a little bit.
No.
You know what I mean?
See, imagine you talking to them.
Yeah.
That's like me talking to you.
Talking to
no,
them.
that's like me talking to you.
Before they went on stage, we was right there and backstage. You know how Booth Reserve stage is. You go in this back door right here that leads to the backstage. They all right there and we right there.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of crammed up because it was small back there too. But the whole time when we back there rapping with them and stuff, like, I remember getting Diamond number. I remember getting the tall dude number with the dreads.
That's KC.
That's the KC
that's
dude.
That's KC, because that's who I am.
And we supposed to have linked up and really done some music with them, because when we opened up for them and we done on Like You, the energy matched Knuck If You Buck.
Yeah.
So they was like excited when we came off stage, like, bruh, man, we got to link up. You know what I mean? Man, so that's the experience I do remember, and an opportunity that I feel like we missed, like on collaboration anyway. That like I was like, man, we was kind of, that's where our management and our lip post kind of.
Man, we was all young though. You gotta think how old we was with no, like, you gotta understand, we done our own, like, no management, no management.
We missed the deal, like at the end of the meeting with Gotti.
Yeah.
After he heard the beats, we slap our music in. He like our music, and he tell us, look, go home, finish building the track record. I'm gonna give you a few months. We're gonna tap in with you. We locked in now. You know what I mean? Man, we leave straight out of there, blow that opportunity. I go to jail. I the one got the contact in my phone. You know what I mean?
But
we were so ancient then, like, if you lost a phone with the contacts in it, it was over. There's no way you can recover that, man, like, look, how it is now.
I never forget, man. I had an Eric Sony, Eric Sony.
Yeah.
Remember that one that you play golf on all the time, man? That had every contact in the world. All of us went through ups and downs then. That's when we was at our peak. Again, you got to remember where we were growing up at.
Yeah.
So where we was at, like, even if we didn't do nothing, we was still gonna be in some type of mist or something. Right. Just being young or who we are, cause it ain't like we didn't live off of it.
That's crazy. It's 3 opportunities I feel we missed that was crucial to our careers.
Yeah.
We missed the opportunity with YOGOTTI. We missed the collaboration with CrimeMob when they was the hottest group at the time.
Yeah.
And remember Summer Jam 09, opened up for Rick Ross. Shout out to Young Buck. And a lot of people don't give dude his credit. Like, Buck know us from coming through our hood. He know it.
He was on the other
Buck
side.
didn't. He was in his own mood and doing what he was doing at the time. But like, far as where he seen his music, he had like his own situation going on. So a lot of favors you wouldn't look at him to do at the time.
I'm gonna be professional and say it like this. When it comes to, only reason I do respect him. I respect any artist who make it to that status. Right. I don't care if it's good, bad, or whatever happened. The reason why I respected him, because he had the same hustle and ambitions of every young person out here and everybody in the generation. So he made it. But what you don't see is the contract litigations behind it. And sometimes it may be him as the image and out of control of everything else. So we don't know what contracts were set. We don't know that. So only thing we looking at is what's being projected out.
Right.
But he did open the door for Tennessee in Nashville, because you got to think about, let's do the accolades.
Yeah.
He rapped with one of the greatest groups. Let's go with 3 6 Mafia, So Fly.
Yeah, stay fly, I stay fly.
Like you got deals. Like that's a big major move. And he was with legends.
Triple platinum.
Like what I'm saying, he was with legends on that. So he did open up the door. Let's go with Starlito. He opened up the door. Like, be honest, and people again don't understand how contracts work out in the music game. So once you start understanding more, like, if you don't make a certain expectation, yeah, we can freeze your name, we can do what we want to do. But he opened the door to become more of an independent.
Right.
To keep pushing.
Right.
And that's why I respect him too.
And that's why I was saying, like, he ain't owe us nothing, and he walked into Summer Jam '09. We was backstage. Camp 12, the group was back here. It was only a few of the members though. Like we was deep, but it's only like I think 4 members that like had the all access passes. And when Buck came in, they greeted him like with a crown. And I was like, hey Buck, you said you finna go back in and holler at Ross? Cause I'm overhearing it. You see what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, y'all come on. Man, that nigga said y'all come on like he didn't have to. And he walked us straight up in Rick Ross' backstage room, and he greet us. You know what I mean? With what's up, yo, woo woo woo. Man, this my guy now, Camp 12, man, with the woo woo woo, man. It's my little homie now. Boom, we shook up, you know what I mean? Hollered them, then they sat down, chopped it up over there in the corner for a few minutes. And before Ross left, he was like, what y'all got going? Man, I remember we had like 500 CDs on us. We gave him an album. He gave us a number. He wrote a number down on a piece of paper, and he gave it to us. And a nigga lost that contact by leaving that situation, going to jail again. And I felt like how things was going at that time, like we could have had a situation going, because he was really gonna deal with Buck on some stuff. He was really finna, you know what I mean, tap in with us if we could have stayed in contact with him and stuff. But shout out to Buck, man. He walked us straight up in that man room, man, and the man greeted us with open arms. Shout out to Ricky Rose, man. Keep doing your thing, big dog. Man, but that's a Camp 12 experience. Yeah. That like 3 opportunities I felt like went past us, because when we got these contacts, it wasn't just a swap. It was a strong, now tap in with me for real. Yeah. You know what I mean? They liked the energy for real.
It was just like we were so young, and you got to think about it. Let's go back and just really be honest. For us to be so young, we was going to be naive in the game. And this is the stuff I be thankful of now. We would have been young in some type of contract that we didn't know, probably wouldn't have made nothing to the point without the proper lawyer and management, because we weren't even thinking like that. Right. So, you know, things just happen for the reason. Like even with promotion. Now it's to the point promotion game was stronger than ever. So for us to even do the accolades that we done as Camp 12,
man, salute. Shout out to all the members of Camp 12, man. Rest in peace, Killer Pooh.
Love you.
Rest in peace, Keith Bell, man. Known as Saint.
Love
Rest in peace, Yoda, man.
Love you.
Man, shout out to my girl Black Ink Glue, website, Mouthpiece, my nigga WaunStar, Shank Deals. Like, we were heavy, man. Man, look, this 615 rap game, man. We finna take a quick break. And we're gonna get right back at y'all.
Hey, fool, you ready for it? Yeah. Got a spreadsheet, finna go ahead and we finna bump down for all the no bad you got.
Nah, nigga, you got the dope away.
Rico. Well, yeah. Make sure they have my money, though, for real. What up, Rico, fool? What you got going on? Long time no hear.
I don't know who that boy, don't just make money. Okay, say no more, I'm finna pull up.
Man, we back. 615 rap game, man. Shadal KD's, man.
Man, WaunStar.
We in here with my nigga WaunStar, man. What it do, man?
Man, it's doing good, baby.
Man, we been chopping up some of that good.
Man, you know, just had to give a little facts from like some. That's where people don't know who
a lot of people don't know. And one thing I can say, I always feel like Stylito was a real nigga. So if y'all ever ask him about it, he'll stamp it though, cause he a real nigga.
I mean, he'll stamp it. I mean, like. But
so going forth on, you know, what's the up and coming in the future and what's going on with WaunStar, I see you done got into photography.
Yeah.
I see you got your business going with the spirituality.
Yeah.
You like a spiritual.
Well, they say a spiritual advisor.
Coach, a spiritual advisor.
Yeah, let's say I'm a spiritual advisor.
Yeah, and you're booming on YouTube with it, and I like it.
Okay.
I see you got your business going with your candles.
Yeah.
And I've seen you sell a dozen of them. And like I just want to get into like a lot of your personal ventures outside of, you know, from music, and how did it lead up to some of these ventures? Coming into starting when you started your new venture with your candles and your spiritual coaching and your photography, and you know you making beats now more heavenly. You've been making beats since I met you, but you stopped like heaven, and you came back stronger on like really creating a profile for your producing.
Yeah.
Stepping into a lot of that stuff, like what caused you to, you know, rebrand yourself on a lot of other things?
Okay, now, oh gosh, boy, when you ain't gonna lie with it when they said 615 said he was finna get deep.
Man, listen, man, we get there.
Okay,
we get
okay.
there.
Now, hey, all right. Now
We here, man. Let us know something.
I'm gonna be
It's
1,000. Now I'm
Tell us.
I'm gonna be 1,000. You know, that's the best way I like to be. That's the way I'm always gonna be. What really just changed me all the way around, just to be for real, it was just, you know, the way that I was living.
Right.
You know, even though I was in the game, you know, I was in the streets, like, no lie, everybody do what they gotta do. Now, I'm a real one because I'm a talk code, so everybody had to do what you had to do in your life to survive. It's survival, okay? Now, not only that, I just got tired of sleeping with one eye open. You know, my kids came around.
You mean in like, with one eye open, like, from the street business?
Man, street business and all, like street business, like, not only that, you always had to keep one eye open because it was snitches, bitches, and snakes. That's all it was back, you know, just in the hood. So it's just like, I got tired. And then when my daughter came back, and oh gosh, you almost made me forget the doggone year, 2006. So when my baby came, you know, I didn't want to see her to see me that way, because no matter what, she's gonna look up to me if I'm around or not. So I felt like, man, I got to change the game. And then, you know, there was some other stuff that was going around. You know, back at that time, it was 25 women. You know, everybody owned. You know, then, you know, when they came in and swooped through, and that period, and people were getting pulled up left and right, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
I couldn't do nothing but change my life around. It was like it was an epiphany.
Right.
To wake up at that time, like that's what really made me leave.
Going through some life changes, from me knowing you and the man you are now. what are some things that help you with your transformation? What are some things you went through that got you to your transformation?
I really woke up after I started seeing myself being more of a demon more than a light. And when I say that is, I had so much hate, I had so much rage, so much anger. I'm doing all type of drugs. I'm doing coke. I'm doing weed. You know, and it was like.
So that's what I'm saying. What led to your anger? What caused your anger?
Always trying to prove something to people for no reason. Why I'm proving my point to somebody like that, and I can just be proving it to myself. I never understood that, you know, what we call today little man syndrome. So it was like man, this, that, another, I'll let you know, man. Then until I got to the epiphany to understand it, like, why I'm trying to prove this to you, or why I'm trying to prove to nobody if I'm not proving it to the person within. So that, and you know, me praying all the time, keep lying to myself. God had to come in and intervene and put me on some things to change my life around. And that's what really just made me be more of a change in light. Now, I don't want people to go through what I go through or what I've been through, because some people can't make it through the shoes of this right here. Like, I have been out on alone. I've been cheated on. I've been ridiculed. I've been humiliated. I mean, which person haven't? But when people love and admire about me, it's like, how can you still show that person grace? Same way how God shows grace.
So do you forgive?
Yeah. I can't move forward.
When you say you've been cheated on, you want to elaborate on it? You was in a relationship, like, was it your girlfriend? Was it a marriage?
I have been let's say in a relationship. We're not gonna go too deep. Take the information how you see fit. So.
And you got cheated on in this relationship.
Yeah, I got cheated on. I ain't gonna lie about it. Yeah.
So what did you go through after you received that information that, okay, man, my girl stepped out on me? What did you end up doing?
At that time, again, little man syndrome. I never just thought about, hey, it is what it is, and move on with life. I was just more scarred and devastated about the fact that I was treating somebody fairly that probably wasn't going to do me the same way, and I'm thinking they're going to reciprocate that. And when it comes to that point, I literally woke up because I tried to kill myself. I actually swallowed 13 pills, man. 13 Benadryls.
Damn, bro. Over, like, dealing with the relationship.
Man, stressed out, dealing with the relationship, dealing with trying to how to survive with the kids, and I'm not working at that time. I'm mentally going through it. I'm mentally in depression. I'm isolated against the world. Man, it's like real things that real men go through that people don't understand. It piled down. Yeah. But God woke me up. And when I say woke me up, he took me up out of it. He showed me how to get up out of it and be more positive. Right. And since I climbed up out of it, and that was an opening experience because I ain't go to the hospital or nothing. I called my mama, man, like this. Like talking, I was so messed up and I realized I was really a lost soul.
Well, how did your mom's take it?
Man, to this day, shout out to my mom. I love her for life. Cause I remember I called her at the blue. I said, Mom, I need you. Yeah. And you know when a mama know that son cry, she came rushing real fast. And I said, Mama, look, I accidentally done something stupid. I know they'll meet me and take me here, there, and the other. Man, look, just let me sleep. If I stop breathing, then you take me. Right. So she turned around like, baby, I got you. To this day, she like, shout out to my mom. That's my love, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to moms, man. You know, they, moms, grandmoms, they gon' step up and step up to the plate.
But what I'm saying is, it just got me to the point where I had to change. Yeah. In order to change people, you gotta change people. Right. You gotta change you first. So when I got that last epiphany understanding, I just started being more of a positive light. And I'll never forget, a man told me, he said,
so it's not to cut you off, so is that what was going on in your relationship? You was trying to help someone change and it just wasn't working out that way?
Look at it like this, and I'm gonna say yes for one, yes. Second thing I'm gonna say is when you got love for somebody and you got unconditionally at that time, you can see somebody's truest flaws. Right. And then turn around and just not even think about you, just hoping and wishing, knowing you see reality right there, but you just got that deep down hope and that wish that
and person, you spent so much time doing
you invested so much. So it's just like became like let's say a spiritual common law marriage where you hoping and changing, that person never gonna change. Right. And it took me through there, but I'm thankful for it because it also gave me a new light to be who I am today.
So when you came out that tunnel and you were seeing the light and you stepped out in that light, the new venture began, right? Yeah. What's the first thing you started?
First thing I started was really praying more, being more isolated.
Right.
And like it wasn't by choice. Like it was by spiritual force. So at that time, that's when COVID was going on. You see what I'm saying? Cause like I've been in spirituality now for like 4 years. Yeah. So when I was isolated by myself, I was living in my car for 2 weeks, and again, this man told me, and I'll never forget, he said, give God 1 year. Give him 1 year. He'll turn your whole life around. Yeah. I was on probation, so I couldn't do drugs. I done violated, I snuck off and tried to, back then, man, I done violated so many times. My PO came to me and was like, hey, baby, I've been looking to see you. Right. I can lock you up right now.
Right now.
But I'm going to give you these drug classes. Ever since then, man, I ain't really been touching nothing but, the medical Mother Earth. Right. That's it.
So, some of these situations is like is what caused the shift in your music career, dealing with like a lot of the personal problems.
Yeah, so it's like some of the songs, like when it comes to beats, I can feel it because that's just who I am. I feel the rhythm of the drum. Yeah. So some of them could be about.
So when you get to creating and doing it, it's because you in that mood of.
It's a sporadic. Remember I said sporadic writer.
Right.
So it comes to me being sporadic at that moment. Okay, I may feel this.
Right.
I know other people feel this. I don't want them to feel like this.
But I seen you shift away from music.
Yeah.
You moved from Nashville for a while.
Yeah, I was in Clarksville for a minute. Oh Lord. Now, yeah, I was up there. Shout out to the Clarksville, but when I was up there, it was more of getting out of the city.
Right.
So, but that was the worst time and the best time at the same time because I realized.
Did you create a lot of music while you was up there?
Yeah, I did. When I was up there, I created I created No Strings Attached in 2000. No Strings Attached was it's been so long now. Wow. I did 2012. No Strings Attached. Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah.
Then No Genre came out 2010. Then I got like 5 mixtapes. It's been so long now, man. That catalog is so extensive. But it helped me transition. Like when I was in Clarksville and Mount Juliet, now I've done about No Genre in Mount Juliet. That was peaceful because I was out there in nature and stuff like that, still going through the same situation. But at that time, I had to be more in peace. And it helped me make that and open up even more. So even with Remixity, the last one that came out, it has again helped me be more at peace about different genres of music.
Right.
So
it's deep, man.
Yeah.
You get into a real self mode. Is that how you came up with the candle business, man?
Man, really coming up with the candles.
I smell one of your candles, man. What you do to the candles, man?
Man, I can't tell you. You know, I just had to, dazzle it up the way that it needs to be. But when it comes to that, yeah, I do sell candles. I got them out there in different fragrances and scents. It's just something different. Like, I'm a different type of person.
You're a businessman.
Yeah,
so it's something you want to tap into.
I know, for one, shout out to all the ladies, because I know on the YouTube channel, I got like 12,000 right now and rising. So it's 90% women. So they love candles and scents, and they're like, ooh, thank you. That right there. But it's more what I do when it comes to the candles is more of what you may feel. So I have different colors or whatever attracts to you. That's what you're attracted to, but it's psychologically is aligning you up for one of your chakras or want something to help you grow. Right. So if you just say you want it blue, this is gonna help you be more communicative, and I got or maybe a blueberry scent for you so you can feel that. So it's more of a mood setting. So that's why I really do candles.
Man. This guy here deep, man. Y'all hear some on 615 Rap Game couldn't look like that, man. Man, so you got the candle business going. Let's talk about your podcast with your spirituality, man. What you got going on that thing, man?
Alright, now most people know if you follow me on IG or whatever, follow me WaunStar, I do a tarot channel. More of an insight of spiritual cards. Now this is gonna be touchy. Remember I said it's 2 things I don't like to talk about, but he gonna lay it down, so I'm finna tell you. What I basically do is help people be more on a positive light and growth. Now I like to help Virgos because I'm a fellow Virgo sign myself.
Yeah, so it's the name of your podcast.
Tarot with WaunStar.
Tarot with WaunStar.
Yeah.
But I always hear you say, hello, my Virgo.
Oh, here we go. The greeting. I've been doing this for years, but even before the channel, and it's great rising to all of my king, queen, gods, and goddesses. Yeah. It is your boy, Terrell WaunStar.
Man, I told him to get that. I told him to get this thing paid.
But yeah, so if you probably heard me on Facebook, and if you became more inspirational, that's how that happened. And again, I know my purpose in life is not only through music, it's also helping people be the best you that you can be. And again, from the tragedies that I have witnessed and seen, not only that I have been through, but with others at the same time, I just want to help people be more encouraged not to go down that way, because if it's some person that you can save from trying to hurt themselves, you gonna help them, right? If it's somebody who's down and out, you gonna give them the knowledge, like, well, I was in your same shit.
So say if a caller was to call in right now while you was on your podcast and you dropping jewels, what would be what are some of the things you do on your podcast and on your show?
Now on my show, what we basically like to do, it's basically a tarot reading or a daily reading or an energetic spread. What that basically means is just tapping into the energy that may be around you for that day. Now, what I like to do, we do meditation. So, like, everybody don't know, you don't need to be in meditation for 15, 20 minutes and stuff like that. It's just a breathe in, breathe out. That's meditation. Right. So we'll go through that, and then we'll go through the healing sounds to clear out any negative energy so you can receive the proper information that you need. Now, you may be listening to me and just chilling, doing your everyday thing, listen to your channel, and maybe you'll get a message like, man, you know what, you doing good today, or man, you know what, this, that, and the other. Right. If it's helping you grow in a positive light, that's not me. I'm just a messenger. Right. So, like, you know,
I see you kicking in gear, man. That man got the kicking in gear like how he be talking on Terrell Warren. Like you and people switching up. My nigga switched it up. It was on the show.
Man, hey, that's just me. So when you start talking my language, you know, positive growth, it's just more of me getting the inspiration from, like, if I can help somebody. And that's just the main thing. Like, even with music, like, come to me if you need help about, man, how can you do this, that, and the other, man. If I know you serious about it, I'ma help you. And that's just like, hey, man, you know, when I've done this, you know, blase, blase. You know, that's how you get through it. And I'm like, man, thank you. I ain't never think about that. I'd rather help somebody, because you never know. With this generation now, somebody may spaz off their top the wrong way and don't have enough willpower. So you don't know if it's their life or it can be a young one. You don't know. I may be giving that message to somebody to give it to their little brother or sister. Right. You don't know, but when it comes to the channel, now most people say everything resonate or everything be so pinpoint, and I never take credit for that. That's something I would never do. I always give it to the universe. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be who I am. That's not my channel. That's the universe channel. That's God's channel. That's Jesus' channel. Let's say it correctly, like for my people coming in now, that's Jesus' channel, Buddha channel, whatever your religious preference that's helping you grow. I'm down with that. Because you know why? Why bash you for whatever religion you in and you doing it all the right way? Right. You may not been knowing nothing about Christianity. You may have been born in a Buddhist. But if you're doing it the right way 1,000% and you in peace, love, and harmony, I'm down with that. If it took Jesus to get you up out of that situation, and maybe, man, I'm proud of that. If it took Allah to get you out of that situation, I'm proud of that, because the way how I think, I look at the core. Right. Some people are just raised of the division or whatever you need. I understand whatever your purpose. I'll never knock you for it. Because if it's helping you on a positive balance and a positive growth towards your highest good, where it's helping you elevate, I love that.
Man, my man got some jewels to offer over there at Terrell WaunStar. Y'all might want to check him out, man.
And I'm gonna say it like this.
So do you read a lot of books?
Honestly, I do and I don't. That's the funny part.
Tell me one book you read that like gave you like an inspiration. Like, you know, you could read a book that could change your form of thought. You could read a book that just change your mood for the moment. Okay. You could read a book that may change the course of history for you, period.
Now, one, I can say it's 2 books, and I don't know one all the way, so don't fault me, bro, because you always told me. Now, The Longest Drought.
The Longest Drought ever.
That showed me about
written by Keith. That's a dope story, man, and it's still out on Amazon, on everywhere, man. If y'all haven't checked out The Longest Drought Ever, I advise y'all to tap in, man. One of the dopest stories ever told.
I mean, it was about, you know, being the individual with friends actually coming up. So, you know, that's one that I learned about more about leadership, but now on a spiritual level, before they lost the power. Right. Like, you got to be cautious with that book, because that book is very informational. And then The Laws of the Universe. That's the other one I love. The reason why it's more about understanding who you are. Yeah. And it's like, for example, most people know about the law of attraction, where you attract things, but people don't understand about the law of polarity. The laws of cause and effect. Right. You know, everything that we have a choice.
And like, you read these things in 48 Laws of Power?
Yeah, I read that when I have time. But sometimes it's just more of, because I think all the time. I'm at peace. Yeah. So now, if some people look at me like, dude, like many people look at me as standoffish. Yeah. I'm not. I'm just observing, because I don't know who you are. And then by me being who I am, and it sounds crazy if I feel it, and you like, dude, you crazy. No, right? It's a reason for everything. So
you just tuned in. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand it, man. I've been in places and around different people where I felt like, nah, this ain't it. And then I could go in this one room and like, damn, where y'all been at? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
you know, so I can understand that, man. It's kind of crazy, like where the world is now. We so divided on everything. Today, if you had to make a choice publicly,
boom, you said it right there. 4 agreements.
Yeah.
You said what book I like?
The 4 agreements. Look at that right there on the screen, y'all.
See how everything lined up.
That's crazy. If today you had to make a choice,
yeah,
cut up on 615 Rap Game, we do a 10 top 10.
Okay, bet that.
So you got to give me your top 5 up and coming female artists and your top 5 up and coming male artists that you think got the juice to knock the hinges off for Cashville. And we gonna start with the females. Your top 5 females, who you going with in Nashville, Tennessee, Cashville?
Okay, y'all can't even get mad at me for even
no,
saying
it's who you say.
Because you gotta give me a selection because I don't be into music like that. Like,
no, bro, you can't hear us like that. We keep on trying to get around these questions, and this what we here for. This what we here for.
Alright, look. Okay.
Give me 5 on 5. You blown up and think.
Man.
Who? I need 5 of them, man.
I'm gonna have to give Gaza one of them because Gaza, shout out to Gaza, she was in my video.
You got Gaza on 1, okay.
Let's go with, B. Marie.
Okay, you got B. Marie for number 2. Shout out B. Marie.
I gotta go with Lyrical Joker.
Lyrical Joker.
What's 10 King Savage? The Savage?
K Savage?
Yeah.
K Savage, number 4. Who is your number 5?
And that's as far as I can think of right now.
So you got a top
it's a new one. It's a new one that I seen on your video though. Ain't it like buck meats or something like that?
Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he going with Chicken to go for number 5.
So yeah.
So that's your top 5 females. Now we need another 5 on the male side. What you going with the males? It's Tennessee top 10, my friend.
Like out of all the okay, you talking about local or?
Yeah.
Okay, who?
In the city, who you going with?
Let's do one time for the hometown. Now KD's off top. I gotta put you up in the category. That's just because.
Nah, we the big dogs. We the big dogs.
So
we gonna pick our nephews.
Are we picking nephews?
Yeah, we picking nephews and shit. The up and coming. You know what I mean? We been doing this. We gonna get somebody else a shame.
Now I'm gonna have to give it to T-Band.
Trap bands.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give.
You got Trap bands number 1.
Then I gotta give the 100 round. He been pushing hard lately. 100 round been
100 round 100. He's number 2. Come on, man. Cash real hot right now.
Man, let's see. Some people don't even know I be listening to him on the low. Let me go on there. I'm gonna tell you who I like at everybody that's been underrated. T.
Cashville Young T.
Yeah, Cashville Young T.
Cashville Young T. That's his 3rd pick.
And I'm gonna tell you who I like too, and he was underrated too. Let's go with Cuddy.
Lil Cuddy, number 4.
Like everybody underestimated that, yeah.
That's how Lil Cuddy, man. Dude, nasty. That's his 4th pick, y'all.
Oh, let's go.
His 5th pick.
5th pick gotta be my baby protege. I just thought about it. I gotta give it to Foolie.
Foolie, my guy Foolie.
I gotta give it to Foolie.
Camp12's on, man. Shout out to my nigga Foolie. That's his top 5 right there, man.
That's
you got a mean, you got a mean lineup.
But you gotta forgive me though. If I don't know who you are, that's you gotta forgive.
That's you can't. You can't regret your picks.
Nah, I'm not regretting. I'm standing on it, but I'm just saying if I missed you, that's just because right now it's on a whole different level. But
it's 615 Rap Game, man.
Hold on. Whoa.
It's your dog.
I got one more too though. Shit, I can't even forget about him because that nigga gonna get so mad. And I had to say, man, Shark Gang, man. I gotta give it to Sosa too, one of the OGs of the game. Like I can't even knock him out.
nephew, he ain't up and coming. Sosa already a GOAT.
But I know he a GOAT, but I still just got to throw him
give
in.
my nigga a shout out
throw him in there. Shout out
my
Shark
nigga
Gang,
Plug,
Gang,
man. That's what he wanted to say then.
Nah, man, cause I had to think about it. I can't just leave him out, cause there's a lot of people when it comes to that lane we go to too. Like it's fun, like. Go ahead. Yeah. Man, I already understand.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, man. Listen. Look, this 615 rap game, man. This your dog KD's, man. We just chopped it over my dog WaunStar, man. Is anything you want to tell him before we tap out?
Man, the only thing I can tell y'all, man, is peace, love, and light, love, and peace, baby. Look, if you in the game, keep doing what you gotta do. Look, if you in sticky situations that you may feel like it's not helping you grow towards that positive light, just stay focused and do the right thing. Salute to you, baby.
It's 615 rap game. It's your dog KD's, and shout out my nigga put all this shit together, man. We going up. One.